47. That'll be a gain of just a yard. So that will bring up a 4th down, and you got to imagine time to go for it here. You're in Martinsburg territory. 4th down and 9. You've got 2:32 on that first half clock. See what happens.
Yeah, you still have a choice here. You could still punt it away, but it's not going to do you any good. It's, you may as well go for it here and let your team know that, hey, we're still battling.
Amore takes that shotgun snap, rolling to the far side, looking downfield, has a receiver, lets it go, and knocked away, incomplete. Matt Van Duzer got there at the last moment to tip it away from Thomas Wogan, and that's one of those cases where the safety kind of baited the quarterback, let him think that man was open, and then broke on the football.
Yeah, the problem was that he just took too long making that throw. If he throws the ball a little bit sooner, sometimes, high school guys, quarterbacks, they wait till a guy is wide open before they throw it. The next level up, you got to anticipate when he's going to be open and make that throw. So he threw a little bit late on that play.
So the Bulldogs take over at their own 47, a 1st down and 10 with 2:20 to play in our first half, and Martinsburg in front 48-0. Naeem Kearney going to line up to the right side of the quarterback, Elijah Banks. He's got 3 receivers out to the left. There's the snap and the handoff. And no, that is not Kearney, but this time it's Kevon Warren out there as the tailback. He's met as soon as he took the handoff and taken down for a loss on the play. And once again, that's Jace Bradbury with the tackle. They will give him credit back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more, and it brings up 2nd and 10.
Well, Bradbury came at the snap of the ball, playing linebacker, had a blitz on that time. 1 minute, 45 seconds to go in the first half. 48-0, Martinsburg leads it. Let's see what happens on this play.
3 receivers out to the left, snaps a little high, but the handoff does go to Warren, and Warren along the near side, hash mark, breaks it down the side of the field, angling towards the middle of the field, inside the 20, 15, 10, and into the end zone for a Martinsburg Bulldog touchdown. I hear whistles blowing, but I'm looking. Do I see a flag down?
Yes.
On the Martinsburg sideline.
It's on the far side of the field, so it may just be some sort of a sideline warning, and there it is. So the touchdown, I believe, will stand.
Yes, the touchdown will stand.
There it is, 53 yards on that touchdown run for Kevon Warren off the right side of the line. He broke through a hole, and along the near side, hash mark just darted down the field as he got down around the 20-yard line of Washington. Started to angle towards the middle of the field with a defender trying to chase, but had no chance to catch him as Warren goes in from 53 yards out. And for Kevon Warren, that's his first rushing touchdown on the varsity level. 8 carries, 33 yards coming in.
And see, this is one of the things that we talked about early in the ball game and the pregame as well. The fact that now you've got 2nd and 3rd line guys playing against the Washington 1st line guys. So a lot of experience as the extra point is up, and it is also good.
So Catlett able to punch this one through, and with a minute and 29 seconds to play in our first half, Martinsburg caps a 2-play, 53-yard scoring drive that took them 51 seconds. The 53-yard touchdown run for Kevon Warren and the extra point for Chris Catlett in Martinsburg has pushed that lead out to 55-0. We'll have highlights coming up at the half, scores and more with Matt Crawford back at the studio. Our halftime brought to you by Bill Stubblefield. Vote for Bill Stubblefield, your independent voice for the Berkeley County Council.
Well, Matt may be busy clear up to the start of the second half with the highlights of this one.
Yeah, Martinsburg with 8 possessions in this first half, and they have taken each one to the house, as you might say. And in fact, when you look at what this offense has done, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In their last 8 plays, they've scored 5 touchdowns. A 3-yard touchdown run, 4-yard touchdown run, 45-yard touchdown pass, 2-yard touchdown run, 53-yard touchdown run. 5 scoring plays for touchdown out of 8 total plays. In between, a loss of 1, a gain of 20, and a no-gain play that started this possession. Catlett approaches, gets away the kick. High, deep, end-over-end kick. Return man has it. Along the near side, numbers at the 10-yard line. That's Jerry Parks, who had a very nice return on his last one, but Martinsburg snows him under along the near sideline as he gets just up across the 20 and the 25. And it looks like they may spot him right on that 25-yard line. We'll hear from head coach David Walker as he and the team make their way out of the back of the end zone to our right. I can't say to the locker room, as they don't go to the locker room here at Washington because of that lengthy walk. They'll just go ahead and stay on the field. We'll get a comment from Coach and see what his thoughts are. Football actually out beyond the 25 as they set it down. Scoreboard still says 25. I'm tempted to make that the 26.
It's completely the 26.
That's what I'm thinking. I was making sure my eyes had not deceived me. Jason, thank you. Whistle stopping play before Washington can snap the football, and Martinsburg not quite set up defensively, and it looks like the Bulldogs have called a timeout. Let's take a 30-second break, and then we'll go ahead and come back to Terry L. Marcus Stadium, where Martinsburg has the lead with 1:21 left in the first half. It's 55-0. Well, we got a scoring update. Thank you, Eddie Zombro. Capital 7, Spring Valley nothing. 8 minutes left in the second quarter in that matchup between the 1 and 2 teams in this week's AAA. Oh, wait a minute.
That's actually 7-6 now.
So Spring Valley has scored to make it 7-6 Capital. Keep an eye on that. Again, Matt Crawford has more coming up at the half. 1st and 10 from their own 26. Washington football. They'll line up in a pistol formation, power pistol to the left as they've got a tight slot out there as well. And there is the handoff, and the ball is dropped and then grabbed while down on the knee by Jace Bradbury. Bradbury looked like he had some running room off the left side but was juggling the football. It bounced off the turf, and as he went out to grab it, he grabbed it but had a knee on the ground when he grabbed it, automatically blowing the play dead for a loss of 1.
Well, I think he was trying to look where he was going to run instead of looking the ball in from the handoff from the quarterback as the clock still runs. 52 seconds to go in the first half.
It looks like they will have to run at least one more play as the play clock down at around 17, 16, 15. They break the huddle, and the Patriots come to the line of scrimmage. Their own 25 on 2nd and 11. 2 receivers out to the far side. Receiver here to the near side. That tight slot as well to this near side. There is the handoff, and again Bradbury loses the football. It's down on the ground, and diving on it is 75 Tyson Lincoln, the 6'2", 230-pound junior offensive lineman. He maintains that possession for the Patriots. They will set that football down, it looks like, at about the 27. So it ends up being a gain of 2 as the time continues to run off the clock.
We're down to 5 seconds to go here in the first half. Both teams are starting to walk off the field. So, tough first half for Washington.
So as the teams head off the field at halftime, let's send it down to Jason and hear from head coach David Walker.
I'm down here with Coach. Coach, just real quick, your thoughts on the first half.
I mean, we're doing what we're supposed to against a team that's, not very good. So, the second half, it'll be pretty much all JV kids. I'll try to get everybody some playing time tonight.
In a game like this, how valuable is that for building the future of getting the JV players some playing time?
Well, I think starting off, you want to be crisp. You want to make sure that you're not playing down, not making a lot of mistakes. I thought we did a pretty good job, but at the point to where it's, and so, it's a good experience for young guys to get them on the field anytime you can get them.
Hey, thanks, Coach. We'll see you after the game.
Thank you.
There you go. Just a few thoughts. Coach says he's going to start playing some younger kids here in the second half, which is probably one of the reasons that they're so dominant, because they get that valuable playing time.
All right, Jason, thank you very much. Jason Colrick with sideline reports brought to you throughout the game by Mike Folk for State Senate District 16, accountable, ethical, responsible. We'll come back and have a little recap of this first half before we send it to the studio for highlights, scores, and more with Matt Crawford and our halftime scoreboard show at the intermission. It is Martinsburg in front of Washington, 55-0. Up the halftime It's a service of Bill Stubblefield. Vote for Bill Stubblefield, your independent voice for the Berkeley County Council. And we're ready to get action underway here in this second half. Chris Catlett has the football on the tee at the 42 our left, and we are playing a 12-minute third quarter as on the clock. There is the approach and the kick. Nice high kick coming down along the near side, bouncing at about the 23-yard line, taken on the run by the return man. He will break a tackle at the 30 and bull his way forward, pushing all the way out to the 35. Nice return. Quentin Fletcher, who's been back there throughout the ball game as one of the return men.
He's done a pretty good job back there tonight.
11:51 on the third quarter clock.
This is something that I really, truly think the Secondary Activities Commission needs to take a look at.
And they let the mercy rule go in the fourth quarter, but you got to wait until then. Sometimes we've seen coaches get together and decide, let's play a little bit of a shortened quarter, but not going to be the case here. So it looks like Martinsburg getting in a lot of those younger guys. So you've got Amare as the quarterback with the back to each side, taking the shotgun snap, throwing deep along the near side, just overthrows the intended target, Austin Miller. He got in behind the defensive backs, Joshua Woodfork and also Ethan Embry. Embry, a linebacker.
I'd like to see them adopt the rules like they got in Maryland and Pennsylvania, that once a team's up by more than 35, it becomes an automatic running clock.
I'm in full agreement with that, and personally, I would like to see the 8-minute at least, even starting the second half. I mean, this is not fair to either team.
Second down and 10. Again, a back to each side of the quarterback. Handoff going to Bradbury, and Jace Bradbury running to his right, able to pick up a yard as he's taken down at the 36-yard line. Might have been a 6'4" in on that tackle. Quentin Brown, 5'10", able to get an arm wrapped around him and then sling him to the ground. Third down and 9 from their own 36-yard line.
You know, even if they're going to use the 12-minute, have a running clock. Okay, this is not healthy for either team.
Two receivers come wide here to this left side. Again, a back to each side of the quarterback, wanting to throw. Amare being flushed from the pocket, rolling here to the near side. He is going to throw it downfield and just throw it away. And that might be an intentional grounding. Tremendous pressure from Terrell Good, getting some help from others as well as they chase the quarterback out of bounds, and it will be intentional grounding.
And it's only a 5-yard penalty, but it's a loss of down.
Looks like they will mark it off. Waiting to see from about the 33. So the intentional grounding is going to move that football back to the 27, and the punting unit will come on. So the incompletion stands, and then the intentional grounding is the 5-yard penalty, which is just 3 penalties for 20 yards, whistled against Washington. There is a low snap. It is taken in by Amare. Stumbled just a little bit as he then got that punt out of there. The high floater comes down to one of his own teammates on the bench, and it will get marked out of bounds at the midfield stripe. So that punt will cover 23 yards. Martinsburg football again, very good field position with 10:33 to play here in our third quarter. Their first offensive possession of the second half, and let's see what this